YouTube fam, how y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Man, get out here and enjoy your hobby. Get out here and live your life. Get out here and walk through them toy houses and be happy. Man, find yourself a way to build a budget for your hobby. Long as your bills are paid, food on your table, food in the fridge, things that you need to be saved for, dude, you can spend a little on yourself. That's the whole process. When I was talking about rainy day funds and, if you need to spend a little, dude, sometimes you could save so much until you just tired of saving, until you tired of doing any of that. For a lot of people I was talking about, maybe you want to donate plasma. Hell, I mentioned that when I said if you don't got food on the table, go donate plasma. They give you good money to start off with. Hell, I know so many people that done it, and I was looking at the thing, people were laughing, talking about, man, I wouldn't have done that. At one point in time, if you had donated 4 times in a month, this is like when you first started, you would get 1,000. I think 4 times in a month now, if it's this your first time, it's like 500. I don't know if they dropped it anymore, but again, man, when you need food on the table, you need to pay something, you need to pay a bill or something, man, you got to do what you got to do. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people make it seem like, hey, that's, beneath me, man. Feeding your family should never be beneath you, man. Making a way out of no way should never be beneath you, man. The only thing I turn down is my collar. Dude, I pay attention to the stuff that I need to pay attention to, and sometimes I pay attention to the stuff I don't need to pay attention to. It's just life has a way of showing you things that you need to be paying attention to. And right now, when I talk about things like recessions and, banks closing, you got a thing called bird flu going around, or avian flu, where it's affecting the eggs and of the chickens, man. I'm just like, man, they talking about food prices going up, gas is going up. It's just a lot to look at. Then the toys that we might be buying later on down the line may not be the same price. If your toys are $25 now, all our toys are made overseas. I don't know too many toy companies that is in the United States right now. McFarlane is overseas. Hasbro is overseas. Mattel is overseas. I mean, overseas, their toys are manufactured in another country, not here. Companies may be headquartered here. I don't know. But they are manufactured in another country where, the cost of wages and things like that is much lower. 25 cents to, $1.50. Dude, these are things that you need to be looking at. This is why I say you might want to get out and spend a little, buy some things that you want now before later. You might want to catch some of these deals that you've been looking at on eBay right now and talk to some of these people and see if you can get, what you want. Because like I said, going forward, man, you don't know how this situation may play itself out. You don't know how, that, these smaller stores are affected, man. We see the bigger retailers don't get affected, but again, they're talking about closing 16,000 stores maybe this year. I'm not talking about of the favorite stores that we all love to go to. Man, enjoy this hobby. Make sure that you really, really understand what you're doing. Like I said, you sit down and make a budget of how much you want to spend a month, and you break it down into however you want to go shopping. If you go shopping once a week to find toys, break it down into 4 weeks. If you got $200 to spend, break it down to $50 a week. If you could only go every 2 weeks, break it down to $100 a week. Shit, if you can't spend 200, you could only spend 100 for that month. You break it down according to the way you break it down. Again, it doesn't affect everybody else. It affects you. Your pockets are your own. And like I said, at the end of the day, you know better than anybody what you could afford and what you cannot afford. Again, I'm not pushing anything off on you. People are asking me to do Hot Toys, Mayfax, Mesco, SH Figure Arts, sculptures, statues, and all of this stuff, ranging from the realms of $100 to $500 to $1,000. You want to see that stuff here, so I'm asking for donations and help via Super Chat. And a lot of people like, oh, e-begging, I asked you for this stuff, but you supposed to be the one getting it. No, it ain't gonna work that way, fam. It never will. If you want to see it, there's other channels that you can look at. A lot of people say, no, them the premium channels, not the junk you got. Then go watch the premium channels. At the end of the day, bro, they don't make me go buy no $500 toy. Oh, he got 10 toys. Look, they $500 a piece. Oh, he got a used car. I'd rather get the used car than the toys. The car gonna go up more than the toys will. A lot of times when toys are very expensive, they usually don't go up in value. It is depending on what people are willing to pay. Some things go up in value and some don't. The things that you think that's gonna shoot in value, don't. Things that you think wouldn't shoot in value actually shoots up in value. Like I said, with the state of collecting now and, being able to find alternatives and, GameStop was one of my alternatives, but I look at it now, a lot of the GameStops that I used to frequent a lot are closed. So I got to find other GameStops. Out of 10 GameStops I used to frequent, 9 of them closed. Now we got to think about where to go to. And I know y'all like, well, that's not in my vicinity. It is in mine. So I got to look at all that, man. See, I'm left with like places like Ross, Target, and Walmart where I'm at is dry. There's nothing there, and there's nothing that has been there in a minute. I look at the stores, I go in, there's no Marvel Legends, no DC Multiverse, no Motu, no Classified. You're just sitting there looking bad. Most of the time, you don't even have The Simpsons or Transformers. You got some regular Transformers, then you got some raggedy looking stuff that you're looking at where they done pull the heads off of most of the damn toys because they got these weird peekaboo boxes. I'm trying to figure out, shouldn't the box be all the way closed? Man, this is what I'm talking about. You got to make this make sense for yourself. This hobby is not free. This hobby is not cheap. This is why I tell people to go to places like Ross, Ollie's, Didi's Discount, Big Bad Toy Store, Walgreens, because Walgreens be having a lot of clearance on toys like after Easter, after Christmas, stuff going clearance, just like at CVS. This is where you snag your stuff at. A lot of times people don't want to go look into these extra places because that's too much work. But if you want to be a collector and not put in any work, your collection ain't gonna look like anything. I know somebody who was collecting a toy a year. I collect quality toys, and I'm sitting there thinking ain't nothing quality about the shit you got. You just picking up something once a year, and you got 12 toys, and I'm like, man, dude, how long you been collecting? Not as long as you have. You've been collecting for 30 years, and you got 12 things to show for it? I'm thinking like, man, it must really been rough. I see if each item was $1,000 a piece, but they're not that. Shit, they're regular items. My point is, oh, he's very selective. No, it just looked like you don't know what the hell you doing. Man, even if I just mess up on a weekend, shit, honestly, you go places and you find stuff, man. You find stuff that you like that's affordable, that could fit your budget. Stop worrying about what everybody else thinking, oh, man, you should be buying them $25 a piece toys. Oh, man, you should be buying them $50. That cheap stuff. Same shit that's at Target and Walmart. When it was at Target and Walmart, it wasn't cheap. Now all of a sudden it's at Ross, it's cheap. Dude, that's when people don't have no sense, no brain, no nothing. This is when you don't pay those type of people no attention because they're just crazy. People hate on you because they see you winning. They hate on people who are doing what they say they're going to do, man. Like I said, people said, hey, I thought you was trying to buy a house. Like I said, that stuff is situated. That money is already over there. The house is something totally different. Still looking, like I said before, getting outbid, houses not passing inspections, things are not right. You come to find out maybe a lien on the house, man, and you just keep on looking. A lot of people ask me like, hey, I thought you supposed to sold your collection. What happened? If you would have sold the collection, that would have been more for the down payment. Just to think about it, man, I'm a collector. You sell your collection, guess what? What's the purpose of having a man cave if you don't got shit to put in the man cave? Think about it. You paying a mortgage that's way more than what you paying for your rent if that's what you're doing. or in a house where you already at, the rent wherever you go or mortgage or wherever you go are gonna be higher. So if you're paying 1,000 here, just allegedly, and you start paying 2,000 there, you may not be able to get everything you once got. And like I said, a 30-year mortgage is different. You stuck doing this for 30 years. So if it's a hard time for you to go into this, like I tell people, reflect. Understand what your budget is. Understand what it is that you want to do. If you don't know what you want to do, then don't do it. Take your time. Figure it out. Shit gets better. If it don't worry about it. Let it slide. Let it ride. You be okay. Like I said, I'm pushing for what I need to push for, and I'm working on what I need to work for. But I'm not gonna just be doing any damn thing, because at the end of the day, you get tired. People get, antsy when they see you doing stuff and seeing you actually doing the stuff you say you was gonna do, man. He doing all that, man. Yeah, he said he was gonna buy some of this and buy some of that, and he buying it, man. And I see him over here saying, he was talking about buying retro games, and he was buying them and stuff, and people were saying, I told you they was expensive. No. It's gonna be 20, but back in 1990, they were like 25 to 50 cents. That was 1990. You in 2025. Why the hell you think anything gonna be the same price as 1990 or 2000? And you one of the ones, one of the people that actually told me the prices. I'm looking at their YouTube channel, right, and I was watching a video, man, and this guy on there talking about how much he paid and how stupid the person was who sold it to him was. And I'm like, now you complaining that the price is up? You ran your damn mouth too much. People probably seen your video and said, this idiot. I know I would. Like, this damn idiot over here just talking crap. Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. Keep your mouth shut. Don't be telling all your secrets and everything like that, man. Like I said, you get out here and you buy stuff from people. People were talking to me. I did a video once on someone offered me a deal on something. And somebody said, oh, man, you cheating the hell out of them people. That's wrong. You cheating them. I'm not cheating them. I wasn't the one who had the price. You are. I'm not going to tell you how much it's worth. That's not my job. You decided what you wanted to sell it for. If you decide to sell something that cost $1,000 for $100, that's on you. You getting what you asked for. And I'm getting what I want out of the deal. Who problem is it? Oh, man, I feel guilty if that was me. I wouldn't feel guilty. Why? You have a phone that has Google and the internet, everything else attached. That ain't my job to tell you that. It's your job to do your due diligence on what you're selling. And see, this is what I get at. When I talk about eBay sellers and all of that, people say, man, you hate all eBay sellers. No, I don't. I don't hate any damn body. Resellers, in most situations, are a lifeline. You go to places like Canada, Poland, and other countries, man, and you start looking at how much shit costs and how much these toys cost. Then you're looking at how much the shipping will cost, and you just got your head down. You like, man, I don't even know how they do it. But yet instead, we'll complain about every damn thing, and we'll complain about everybody who got something to do with it. Then we'll look at somebody in their face and blame them for everything that they haven't done. Dude, this collection for me screams, do what you need to do. Get what you need to do done. Don't worry about everybody else. Everybody else is going to feel some way about something you're doing, and they may not like what it is that you're doing. At the end of the day, man, I'm going to do me. I want you to do you. I want you to understand and comprehend that the house situation is still on track. People ask me about what's going on with the Uncle Tim action figures and all of that. And, what it's going to look like and show renders. And I wanted to do all that. And I actually was going to sit here and do it. I was going to do a whole video on it. I was going to do a question and answer. I had a big ass board with the blueprints. And I thought about it. I said, what would stop somebody out there from hating so hard that they go and put it in production? Even though you got patent pending, they'll sit there and be lying and all this. People do all type of shit. When people don't like you, they go hard because they don't like your energy. They don't like the fact that you breathe. It's not that they hate you. It's just everything you represent they don't like. You likable. You don't even have to pretend to be something that you're not. Dude, I don't make fake friends. I don't mix business and pleasure. I don't rent to family members. I don't buy from family members. I don't do business with family members. Dude, I understand. Or friends. At the end of the day, when you conducting business and you talking business, I hear so many people I went into business with my friend. Dude, not me. Dude, nah, see, you don't got the type of friends. My friends would never do that to me, man. Mess around friend took everything he had, put all the taxes in his name, and he ended up in debt up the ass, and a friend left with all the money. I'm sitting there looking like, I'm glad I ain't got friends like that. We talk crap to people, we put them down, and we don't believe that, this situation happens to everybody. People ask you for certain things on the channel, and you ask, for their help, and they start talking about you, saying you begging, you broke. I'm not begging or broke. I never said I wanted to do Mayfax and SH Figure Arts and Masco and Hot Toys. Everybody's asking for it. If you asking, I'm asking you to donate. All of a sudden, nobody know anything. All of a sudden, everybody mute. All of a sudden, I just say put your money where your mouth is. Like if you want to see something, contribute. Why you think other channels are able to show you things? Why, they were like, I was watching somebody the other day, and he said, well, somebody said, man, when we gonna see this and that? And he was like, well, when I get the money that y'all sending. And they were like, we ain't sending no money. He said, then you won't see it then. Simple as that. People are like, why should I help build your collection up? You give me $2. That ain't helping build up nobody's collection. That's donating for you can see what you want. It's helping to, get the items. It's not paying for the items. Somebody give you half or a quarter and you pay for the rest. Most of the time, people donate like $50 if the most, and you got to pay the rest of this. It's like somebody giving you, you go to a funeral and somebody say the funeral going to cost $12,000 and somebody say I got $20. You sitting there looking like, what's wrong with him? Like, man, you just can't come to this. You be sitting there saying, man, you can't come to this funeral. Man, why not? People do all type of nonsense, man. And like I said, at the end of the day, you got to make it make sense. I don't know how to make it make sense without saying shit is what it is, bro. You want to see stuff comic book wise, gym shoe wise, action figure wise, cologne wise. Dude, I got so much to show you. Video game wise. Like I said, I was collecting games and, people were like, man, you just collected the games and didn't show us. I collected the games and we're playing them. I didn't know nobody wanted to see me stream. I'm not the greatest at playing games, man. Sometimes, I play them for a while and give up. Then I try the next thing. That's just how it works. When you doing this, man, you don't have to prove anything to nobody. Everybody wants you to prove something to them. They want to see if you really know what you're doing. Why? Like I said, when I was collecting video games before, man, I was buying everything that I didn't know about and everything that I did know about. And, I looked at my collection and I realized it's crazy. Then, I sold that one. Then I bought another. And that one was even crazier. But the only thing about the first one that made it so crazy because all the stuff had boxes. The Neo Geo had a box. The Neo Geo CD had a box. The other CD had a box. The Mega CD 32 had a box. The Sharp FM Towns, the FM Towns Marty had a box. The Sharp XJ such and such had a box. Dudes, PCFX had a box. They all had boxes. This was before all of that tsunami and everything happened in Japan and all of that stuff, man, or China, one of them. We just had a situation going that was really good. At first, the man cave used to be all G.I. Joe. Then it was all Transformers. Then it was all Voltron. Then it became all video games. Then it was just a whole bunch of stuff. It was so many iterations. In the beginning, it was Spawn. It was some of everything, man. Like I said, over a period of time, everything changes. You change. The reason why I collect so many different things, because that's how my man works. If one door closes on one of these things, I'm start collecting something different. And most of the time, you can't find Motu stuff, or Marvel Legends stuff, or G.I. Joe stuff. You find it when you're not looking for it. You find it months later. You find it probably a year later at Ross somewhere, and you like, man. And guess what? You buy it and be happy with it. That's the thing that I don't understand about a lot of people. When they see me bought stuff, a lot of people were like, man, he bought that scrap iron and all of that, and he found them, and, he got two of them, and he was just, dude, I find stuff, and I put it up, and, like I said, I'm just waiting for a day to put the G.I. Joes back up or whatever I'm going to put right there, man. But like I said, it's all a work in progress. Rome wasn't built in a day, and it wasn't destroyed in a day. Contrary to popular belief. You can't destroy a whole city in one damn day. But you drop a nuke? No. So they didn't destroy a whole city in one day. Just real talk, fam. Thank you for watching. But till later, peace out.